Hey everybody, Contrast again, and today guys, I'm here to do another anime review, and my review is to Boku no Hero Academia Season 2, Episode 14, guys, Episode 14, so let's get into it. So guys, in this episode, it carries on from the last episode left off, pretty much Midori, finally meeting, trying to get a member of his name, Torrent? Names are very terrible with me. Let me try to get his name again. Grand Tor... Let's see, let me just turn off the sound quickly, so there's no sound coming through. Grand Torrent, sorry, my name's terrible. Grand Torrent, Midori finally meets Grand Torrent, and and pretty much, Midori was shocked to see how, well, he already knew he was going to be old, and he didn't expect him to be whack job. Like, it's quite obvious, usually in anime, especially shonen anime, they do have a cliche where the old man being, well, first up, shorter than he used to look like, because some reason, old characters in anime become smaller, they become dwarf-like, for some reason, and we also got, and also, then usually end up being quite crazy, but they're actually smarter than they actually let on. Mostly in shonen anime, of course. Now, during this, he was teaching Midori of how to use All for One. Now, Midori knows how to use All for One, but he does not know how to use it properly. And that is, most of the time since he's been using All for One, he's been imagining how All Might has been using it. He's been imagining how All Might has been using it. Because majority of times he sees All Might, every time he uses Smash, Midori keeps on thinking of that as a special move. And that means every time he has to use it as quirk, obviously he feels like he has to use that as a special move. Because of that, don't forget, a special move is something that's supposed to be out of the ordinary. A move someone can pull off that is usually not meant to be used unless a special situation occurs. And it's very destructive and abnormal. Even for their own powers, it's abnormal to use. Because of that, it's of course going to have some massive drawbacks on the user. Once you use it, or, has massive drawbacks on either way. Because of that, it may have Midori with his quirk. This is what comes with Midori's quirk. Because as he's been using Smash as a finisher, or as a special move, there's one thing Midori was lacking, and it was that he was slowing down every time he uses his quirk. And the thing is, he's been switching on his quirk. He's not naturally using it. To use his quirk to its full content, he must be able to use it naturally. And what I mean by naturally, it's like, let's see, I'm trying to think of a very good explanation of how it works. Well, we got an explanation that we do have some other explanation in the anime, but from what I'm going to hope I can mention properly, I'm going to use that reference afterwards. But this reference I'm trying to get out, like I say here, trying to use it naturally. It's more like eating. You eat naturally. If you get hungry, you want to eat. That's natural for you. It's pretty much like something like that. That's what it naturally has to. It has become a normal thing to do for him. He doesn't need to switch on a switch. It just happens. Well, maybe not just happens, but he can just do it without thinking like, okay, it doesn't matter, I can easily do it, boom, like he can just do it instantly. He can do it instantly anytime he wants. It's natural for him. It's like a second language for him. That's what pretty much he has to get All for One to be like. So he can be naturally used to it. Of course, it's better that he needs to be strong for it as well. Second of all, now let's go to the second reference that got mentioned in the anime, actually. That while during after Midori got up from his first day of in the morning after the morning day before after the first day he got to Grand Torrent's place after he started his training, how to use All for One. Trono, after coming back from shopping and going to sleep, in the morning he decides to make tell Midori put the takoyaki he brought into the microwave newly microwave he brought, because for some reason he broke his old microwave, so he brought a new one. He told Midori to use it to cook up his takoyaki. And then after it came out, he finds out the takoyaki is cold, like solid cold. And the only problem was because this takoyaki, the microwave he brought, doesn't turn. It doesn't spin around like most microwave does. So, as it doesn't turn around, this gives Midori the notice that he's the takoyaki, because he mentions that to Midori, every time you use your quirk, you're stiff. You need to be flexible. And it doesn't mean like just physically flexible, mentally flexible as well. And he noticed that Midori is mentally flexible. He just needs to get his physical flexibility inside. And when he noticed that it's still solid, even though he put it in the microwave, but then he got told that the microwave doesn't spin. It doesn't spin. So it couldn't cook. It couldn't cook the microwave. It couldn't cook the way Midori was thinking it's going to cook like. And the thing, he had to switch on the switches in his body all at once. Like, all throughout his body. Not gradually, but all at once. He had to make all his power to go throughout his entire body to begin with. The reason why he keeps on damaging himself, because he only keeps on switching on his quirk on certain parts of his body. He's not trying to increase it for the rest of his body. This gives me the idea that maybe the reason why the part of the body he uses to activate his quirk gets damaged, because not just because his body's not used to it yet, but also he should have enhanced all of his body. If he didn't enhance all of it, then his body wouldn't be prepared for the actual power of what the quirk can do. And because of that, it will cause physically damage the body he enhanced, part of the body he enhanced, because the overall body was not prepared for it. Like, most people might think it should be in the main body, not the part that got enhanced, that should have got damaged. But no, it's the actual enhanced part of the body that got the damage. And only because he was not using his power for all throughout his body, he only focused on one part of his body. He had to switch all the switches. He had to switch on all the switches in his body and make them all enhanced by his quirk. And it starts to give him this electrical power that coming from his body. So it's quite interesting. Now, we do get some references that the previous owner before All Might of All for One. The previous owner for All for One. Before All Might got it. Here, pretty much the predecessor of All Might. He seems like there's something that Midori didn't mention to, there's something that All Might didn't mention to Midori, what actually happened to the predecessor. Now, he seems like he died. He unfortunately passed away. But something about how he passed away. For some reason, All Might didn't tell him, and there's some dark secret about it. And Grand Tour also knows. Obviously, because he was best friends with All Might's predecessors. He was best friends with All Might's predecessor, so obviously he knows why he died and how he died. And some reason All Might didn't tell Midori what happened. It seems like it's connected to All For One. It's definitely something connected with All For One, and I don't know why. But there's something going on there. Now, another thing we got in this episode is also more of the learning more about the code of what a hero should be from every single agency, and of why they also hired certain people, and nothing too big important, but I gotta say, class president, he is seriously pissed. Like, even though he knew if he tried to take revenge on his brother, he's gonna be in serious trouble, but he couldn't help it. He feels like he needs to take revenge on Hero Killer. So I can see what. So even though he rationally knows might be the wrong move, he couldn't help himself. So that's part of the reason why he's in the agency where he is, because that's the agency is at the location of where his brother got attacked by Hero Killer. So obviously he's there to, well, not to just train, but also seek out Hero Killer. But that's why class president is there. But overall, the episode is pretty much just Midori finding out how to properly use his quirk. Like I said, he knows how to use it, but he doesn't know how to properly use it. Like, there is a difference between you know how to use it, but again, you don't know how to properly use it. Because to use it, you just need to switch on the switches. And then just all out powering people. But the thing is, when using it, do you know how to perform it properly? Do you know how to make it to make sure you don't injure yourself? And that's the thing. That means he's not properly using it. He can use it, but he's not properly using it. So that shows you, and that's what this episode is pretty much trying to tell him. So far, he only used like 5% of it, but he's still able to use that 5% all around his body. So 5% does just not mean just using one part of his body. 5% just needs 5% of his power, not of what part of the body he's using. He's only using 5% of his power all around his body. So he can get used to, his body can get used to power, enhance it, and not get damage, but also pretty much use it without even getting damage to begin with. So, and that's pretty much what this episode is about. And yeah, that's all I've got to say. Anyway guys, that's my anime review to Boku no Hero Academia Season 2 Episode 14, guys. Oh, My Hero Academia Season 2 Episode 14. Hope you guys like it, because try fans stay. If you guys have something else, down below, manage that, and yeah, and hope you guys like it. Come on, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys! Wow.